Okay, couple of things I was trying to prepare for you guys to take you through the dashboard designing and what all you can do, how you can do it, and the possibilities that are there. So let's start with the basic thing in a dashboard. I've opened this coffee case study. Over there only I was trying to create different templates to show to you how we can use it, utilize it. So first of all, uh, where do we create dashboard? It's this sheet which has the 4 squares in it, right? This symbol, which when I'm pointing towards it, it says new dashboard. So we are going to click on it, and this is the dashboard area that gets created. Typically, the first step would be to fix the size of your dashboard, how you want the dashboard to be. So you can change the size from this area of size, and the height and the width, whatever you want, you can change over here. Let's say I want something by 800 by 1300. So I can fix the pixel sizes over here. So my dashboard is ready. Okay. Now, once this is ready, you can also look at the device preview, how it is going to be, let's say on the desktop, how it's going to look like, and all those, you can preview the how it would show up on your systems. The next step is typically to understand the layout of your dashboard. So when I say layout, let's say we have 5 views with us. So where and how I want to place the views, which one will be next to which one, if there is an additional, pictures or some kind of other elements that need to be there. But if I don't use a template, if I use a normal Tableau, what do you call the features that are there in Tableau. So how do we work? First thing, let's get a dashboard title. So to get a dashboard title, you click on this. It pops up the dashboard title on the top. You can go ahead and make the change. Let's say we are doing this coffee product, coffee shop product analysis, right? And then you want to make it bold, you want to pick some colors. So I have picked this, picked this color of coffee, and I put coffee shop product analysis. Then next thing is, in this area we want to populate with some charts. Now, when you're putting charts, like I was telling you, in Power BI, it is relatively easier to play around with your charts. In Tableau, it is not very easy to work with the layout, especially copy paste and all those things don't happen very easily. It doesn't happen. Forget easily part, it doesn't happen. So what we do, we use something called containers in order to make sure that the layouting is correct. Now, how do we drop the containers? Over here, I have a horizontal container and I have a vertical container. So horizontal container means what? It will divide this area into 2 parts. So I can drop one sheet over here, one sheet over here. We can have vertical containers. Inside a vertical container, we can have a horizontal container, and so on and so forth. So all these things are available. So let's say I want to place my 4 charts. So I want to create a vertical container, and inside that I want to put my horizontal container. So I'm going to drop this vertical container over here, and there is tiled and floating. I think this I've already told you what's the difference between tiled and floating, correct?
Yes,
Yes,
Shivani.
correct. Yes, Shivani.
Okay. So I'm going to make it as tiled when I'm dropping my container, and I'm dropping the vertical container now. So now this area has one, this is a vertical container sitting over here, right? Inside that, it has put some tile inside it, vertical over here. This is a vertical container that's there. Okay. Now inside this, I want to drop the next things. So I'm going to pick a horizontal container and make sure you're dropping in the right place. So you're dropping over here, and I'm going to drop right here. This is the tricky part. And now you see my vertical container that is there, and I've inside my vertical container, I should have my horizontal container. So vertical, no, it dropped the horizontal over here. This is always a tricky part for me also. Remove from dashboard. So this is a vertical one. And I'm going to drop horizontal. I don't like to work like this in the containers. Vertical should be dropped like this only, right? So there is a vertical container over here, horizontal container over here, and let's say I'm going to drop a horizontal container over here. Now, once I've played the horizontal containers, and if I want to, put some borders around it and so on and so forth, so we can put the borders from here, depending on how you want the thickness to be, what kind of colors you want to work with. I'm going to put this brown color once again and increase the size of the thickness you can put over here, right? And what else is there? The color is there, this. And if you want the padding is basically the area that you want to give around it. So let it be like this, and the same thing, let the padding be there. Let's say we want to give an outer padding to all of them as 4. Now the same thing I can do over here. I can put some borders around it, pick a color to put a border around it, and give a padding over here of outside padding of 4. So far we have done this part. Okay, so we can see 2 different areas, and now we'll start dropping our charts into it. So once you're dropping your chart, let's say I want to put this product ID. I'm going to drop over here. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of these ones. Just going to make them floating ones. Z. Okay. And then if I want to put the second one, I'm going to, again, it's a horizontal container over here. So I'm going to drop it over here. It's not working in my favor at all. So typically it is supposed to align itself properly, but over here too many containers are happening. So basically, this is one way of doing it, which is using the containers and then dropping the values and then making sure it's all aligned properly and controlling the colors and everything through Tableau itself, which I find little cumbersome to work with, too many elements to control and typically not a good job. The other thing that we can use is 2 other things that we can use it, that we can create the entire background of Tableau on some other backend. Okay, we can use some other softwares to create an entire background. And all I have to do is go and drop using making it floating. I go and drop in the respective areas. So what are the 2 places that I can work with, or I work with typically? I work with this software called Figma. Okay. Figma is one of the softwares. This is used a lot by all the UI UX designer. It is completely free of cost. And what you can do over here in Figma is you can design the entire background, the text, the icons, the images, everything can be set over here. Once this is set, let's say I created the sample for you guys. Once this is set, all I need to do is I need to export it as a PNG. So I'm going to export this as a PNG. Once we have exported this entire thing, then we can go to our dashboard. Over here, we will set it. This is 1400 by 1400 that I've done. And then again, I'm going to drop the image. And this time the image that I'm going to drop is the one that I exported. It would be sitting in download, rectangle 1, and okay. Right? I didn't export the whole thing. Hold on 1 second. I want to export this page. Give me quick 1 minute, little urgent call. All right. So once you've got this entire prototype ready with all these elements in it, then we can export it. Okay, and all you have to do in exporting is go at the bottom and export the element over here. So in this preview, I'm able to see that I'm only exporting this part, but I can spin a while. Duplicate page. I want to export the entire page. 1 second. I need to add at least one space. I'm so sorry. Wait. Basically, I don't. Yeah, you have to design. So once you've downloaded this, then you can similarly download each and every what do you call, export, and each and every rectangle would have to be downloaded. Okay, each design element has to be downloaded. So because of that, even doing it in the other way makes sense. So once this is there, we can keep on adding the images. Make sure the next set of images you are adding is floating, and you drop, and then you choose an image. Let's say we want this one, we can drop it. Okay, and since this is floating, you can dictate how and where it should be placed, right? Fit image, we can remove it, and then we can increase the size and width to see how it is going to be there, and then we can design our entire thing out over here. Now once this is ready, then again you can do the same thing. You can keep dropping your charts and the visual gets created. So this is a second way of doing it. I think the easiest way to work, so that we don't have to look into any other new software, we can work on very easily in PowerPoint presentation. But the one thing that you have to do in PowerPoint presentation is to be able to match up the size of your dashboard to the size of the PowerPoint that you want. And you can create some templates out over here. And it may be 1 page or 2 page templates you can create. So we will do it in PowerPoint presentation. That's the easiest to do. So first and foremost thing, you have to understand how you're going to relate the dashboard size to your PowerPoint presentation. 1 inch in your PowerPoint is equivalent to 100 pixels in your Tableau. Okay, 1 inch is equal to 100 pixels in Tableau. So how do you change the size of your what do you call, your PowerPoint? You will go to design. Over here you have slide size and custom slide size, right? Even though this is written in centimeter, but if I wanted to design, let's say 800 by 1300, 800 being the width of it, so I can simply write 8 inch over here. It automatically converts this into the inch, and then it is going to align to the pixels. So 8 into 1300 would be 13 inches over here. And this is the way my dashboard size is going to be. Okay, can everybody create this? Let's all create one template today from the design point of view.
Sure, Shami.
So open a new PowerPoint presentation. I would like to see those design templates that you guys are creating. Let's concentrate and make it related to coffee case study. Since I wanted to pick coffee case study, that's why the colors I picked is, then I went to coolers, which I've already told you. I wanted to explore some brown color palette, so I picked this palette over here because this was too brown for me. So I thought I'll use some contrasting colors at the end also. So this is the palette I picked. You all know how to use coolers, right?
Yes, Shami.
Yeah. So once you've changed the size, if you want to change the background color of your PowerPoint presentation, then it is still done through design, and you can format the background and you can take it from here. What I did was, if you have any kind of logo or something from where you want to pick color, you can also use this thing called eyedropper. I don't know if you guys know about this. Do you guys know about eyedropper?
I guess yes.
Yes, okay. So whatever color you want to give to your templates, you can pick that over here. We are doing coffee case study, so pick a template based on that. Like I said, you can also use this palette over here from the coolers to decide how do you want to show it. Let's say I want to pick this from the cooler, so I'll just simply copy it, go to the background, more colors, change the hex code over here, paste it, and I get this background. So everybody is done with the size and the background color. Then I would want you to go ahead and go online, look for any coffee shop logo, anyone that you feel like.
Done the size part.
Done the size part.
Ushani, what is the size in inches you mentioned?
1 inch is equal to 100 pixel. So if I wanted to design 800 by 1300 dashboard, then it will be 8 inch and 13 inch. Pick any logo. Once you pick the logo, you're going to go to insert, and in the pictures from this design, from this device, you can go ahead and pick the logo that you've created. So let's say this is the logo that I have. I'm going to place it on the top over here.
So you have taken 18 and 13, right? 18,
18
your height?
8 inch and 13 inch. 8 inch by 13 inch.
Okay.
Width is 8. We can do the other way also. We can do 13 by 8.
How to select the colors on coolers or please?
So for example, over here in coolers, you've decided on a particular, I forgot which one I picked now. But anyways, whichever you decide, you can just click on that particular color.
You need to search a keyword coffee.
I did coffee, yes, but you can do brown palettes also. Coffee is basically brown. So if I do anything with the brown palette, so I just said brown. I put in coffee because that was there, but brown palette would work. Brown, and then if you want some particular, let's say I wanted only 3 color palettes, then I can give, and I wanted something related to, don't put too many things. I was trying too many things. It went blank.
Where to search? Where I need to search?
Where you need to search when you're in coolers, go to tools. In tools, then you have explore palettes.
Tools, explore gradient.
Explore palettes, and over here you will get colors, topics, styles, and hex colors.
Search brown.
Yeah. Just don't overdo it, okay? Because I went on and I put too many things, it went blank. Nothing came. So at the bottom, you should be able to see a color palette. So whichever color palette you decide, right? Just to make sure you don't lose it also. Decide on a color. Okay, I want to, and you can also open in the generator or open the palette. You can open the palette. Once you open the palette, then you will not lose it again. And then all you have to do is copy the hex code by clicking on it. Go to your PowerPoint presentation, and in the, let's say the design part, in the background, you can put the color over here. In more color, put the hex color. Done?
Done, Ishani.
Ishani, I copy the code of color. So where I need to paste in PowerPoint.
In PowerPoint, let's say you're giving the color to the background, right?
Yes.
You're going to click here and go to design where the format background is.
Yes.
So this window should open up.
Yes.
Let it the fill be at solid. Over here, you should see the color bucket, fill color.
Eyedropper.
More colors. Eyedropper means you want to pick a color.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Oh,
So more color and press the hex code.
and then we need to download the logo.
Yes, then you download the logo. Your kids must be thinking today's coloring art class like they have in the schools.
What is the website name of to download the logo?
Logo is just I just typically
Normal from
you
normal
we
from
will
Google.
get I just Google searched. Now your creative side is going to pop up. If you guys are creative, see what all you can put in your visualizations. Done, guys?
Yes, Ishani.
Okay. For those who have done till this part, next thing is that we have already decided that, okay, how many charts we have and how we are going to place it. That layout is already ready in our head. Now to make it little attractive, like in Power BI, you can give some shadows and all and make your charts get highlighted and, your proper areas that you can fix and colors are there. So over here also we can do it, but we will do it through shapes. So we will be using shapes. If I wanted to give a specific style to my, like a, not a rectangular thing, but if I want to give a rounded corners kind of a thing, so I can pick this and I can create the shapes that I want. So over here, I can create it. Then the same thing, you are going to remove the fill color, decide what fill color do we need. Do I need a fill color or I don't need a fill color? Or let's say if this is the palette that was generated and I wanted to give this dark brown color in the background or to the borders, I can click it. I can go back to over here in the shape outline. I can do that, or I can use an eyedropper because I really like this orange. So I can pick this orange from the logo and give that to this outline. If I want to make the thickness more, I can do that. You want to give some effects, you can do that. So one area where you're going to drop your chart is ready. And similarly, once you've created one of these, you can simply copy paste and create more. The best part in doing in a PowerPoint presentation, it's got the guiding lines, just how we have it in Power BI. So when you have those guiding lines, it just makes it little easier in terms of making sure that they're aligned properly. And instead of going one by one in this, you can also, once you put a shape size and you know it's, let's say, 8.92 and 9.35, you can make sure that all the shape sizes are same. So let's just make it 9 by 9 just for the convenience part. And same thing I can do over here, make everything 9 by 9. Right? And in the middle, if I want some kind of breakers to be there in the form of a rectangle or different shapes, then again, you can use your insert and you can use a lot of things. You can use shapes over here if this is one of the shapes you want to use. Let's say if I wanted to use this. And again, you can remove the fill color. If you want to give an outline, you can do that. If you want to use fill color from, let's say, the orange one that we had on the top, we can do that. Outline I'm going to remove. And if I want to give some shape, some kind of reflection and things, I can do that. Plus copy paste over here. And then if you want areas for your KPIs. Anyone done? Work in progress.
Yes, Ishani.
Yes. And I'm working on Office 365, so
So,
I'm just searching all those things.
oh, this is the first time you're working on that?
Office 365 is not my laptop.
Or you don't usually work on it?
Yeah, I work on my app version only, not on Office 365.
Oh, okay.
Should I save it as a picture?
We're going to save it as a PNG, yes. Guys, please mute.
How do I insert this image in Tableau? Shani, you
Sorry,
are on.
I'm on mute. Have you done with the whole layout thing?
Yes, I'm done with that.
Good
Lesser
one or
boxes,
good
lesser
one or
boxes,
bad one?
bad one, of course.
Bad one, of course. Okay. Why bad one? The whole point of making all these things and making you learn this design part was to make attractive dashboards. The bad one we already make in Tableau by default. But I hope you understood the process, right?
Yes, we are simply changing the background of it.
Yeah, background, putting pictures, giving some effects into it, putting all the layout. Basically, this is a place where we already decided how the layout is going to be.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes.
Once this is done, for the people who have done it, you can do a save as. And you're going to save as a PNG file. PNG file. Okay. So once you're done with the PNG file, then you can go to your dashboard. Over here in the dashboard, when the size is set, let's say we had set it to 800 by 1300. And you're going to drop the image. How do you drop the image? You see the objects over here. This is a place from where you have image. Just drag and drop this thing over here. So as soon as you drop it, this image editing will open up. You got to choose the image. So you click on choose, pick the one that you want. And okay. Now this is a tiny image that has come over here. We need to make sure that it is touching all the sides of my dashboard. Only then it will look pretty. So for this purpose, once you've selected your image, you go to the layout. Over here, the positions are matching, given. So X position, I want 0. Y position, I want 0. Width, I want 800. Height, I want 1300. And once you do that, you will see it fits on your dashboard.
So need to save in PNG format,
Correct.
PNG portable network graphic format.
Yeah.
It is asking me to which side do you want to export? All sides? Yeah, just this one.
Siraf ye, only this slide.
Shani, how did you adjust the size and the position? If you can show it once.
What are you asking?
The size and the position, how did you adjusted that one?
So once you've selected that image, go to
Yep.
the layout. And over here, X and Y position, we are making 0. and the width and the height is 800 and 1300.
Okay.
That's the same size that we put in the PowerPoint presentation as well.
Done, Ishani.
Shani, can you just show me the dashboard's layout as well? The size of the dashboard. Is it also 800 and 1300?
Over here, this one, right? Yeah,
The dashboard.
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Annie, how did you fit the image on Tableau?
So to fit the image, once you drop the image, right? So I drop this image. And before I drop, hold on 1 second. So I'll just change this one first. So I made it floating. I picked this, I dropped the image. Once I dropped, I picked it from here. This part is done, Kshitij?
Okay.
Okay, then
I make it tailed, that's why it's not okay. Let me just change to floating.
even if you make it tiled, should not be a problem. It will just drop in the entire place as it is. Right? It will drop like this. Correct? But you see, there are still some white areas around it. So to get rid of that, you go to the layout, and over here you see it has not picked up the entire space. Since it's tiled, it won't allow you to change. Once you've dropped in tile, you can just make it floating. Click on this drop down and make it floating. So once it's floating, just change the X and Y coordinate to 0 and the rest to 800 and 1300.
Let me try it.
Done, Ishani.
All right.
Shani, I'm unable to get the image in Tableau. Can I share my screen?
Sure. Okay.
I need to click on
Drop
image.
image. Yes. Drop it.
Okay, I need to drag and drop it.
Yeah, drag and drop. All the components have to be dragged and dropped in Tableau.
And also
Yeah.
we can double click on that.
Or double click on that.
Ishani, I joined a little late. I can see that the tabs of the sheet are showing in the left hand side, the left ribbon. That is not coming here in my Tableau.
This is an old file. If you're working on the old file, you will get it. It's a coffee case study that we were using. We have worked on a case study, right? Coffee case study. Press enter.
Enter.
All right. Yep. No, not you, Faisal. I was talking to Arshad. Yeah.
Okay.
Done,
All right.
Ishani.
Yes.
Okay. You kind of copied my image. Faisal, this is an old case study we have done. I don't know if you remember or
Yes,
not. We did something
yes,
called
yes.
coffee case study. So this file is the same file we are using.
Okay.
Okay. Now, once you're done with this, once you've got this thing over here, now the only thing left is to drag and drop your images over here. When you're dragging and dropping, make sure it's at floating. Let's say if I wanted to drop this area code thing, I can just drag and drop in this area. Once it's there, I'm going to fit it, and all the rest of the adjustments you will have to do. You have to make sure that, what is required, what is not required, those kind of things you will have to take care. Sometimes having these titles don't help, so you can get rid of these titles and you can have like a text box on top of it to explain what you're doing. Okay, rest of it is
Sorry,
just drag and drop.
I created one, and before saving as PNG, that whole browser, it got disconnected. Everything is lost now.
That's okay, that's okay, but you know the process, right?
Yes. In this laptop I don't have Microsoft Office and Office 365. I created somehow the same thing.
Office 365 is the same thing. It's not different. It's in fact the better version of Microsoft Office, the latest version that goes there.
But everything is online. Yeah.
Oh, you're in 365 online?
Yeah, online.
Oh, okay. I know, I was thinking why you're sad about being in Office 365. That's actually a good thing. I'll send you my template. Don't worry. Don't be sad.
I'm just opening the browser. If at all I can use. Just sit and checking history, everything.
Okay, any text that you guys had to drop, for example, I wanted to write something over here. So I can drop the text in this area. Again, everything will be floating when you already have a template in the back end. And we are saying sales, analysis, right? We're going to pick it up, change the size. And again, if you want to play around with the colors.
Chani, I'm not able to drop the sheets on the
You're not able to?
drop the sheets.
Drop the sheets. Why? What is it giving you?
Nothing. I mean, I'm trying to drag and drop. It's not.
Okay, 1 second. Let me check. Can you share your screen once? Go to floating. Make it floating. Now drop. Leave. Okay. I think one thing I did realize, making those curves are not really helping it. It's not looking nice with the curves. It would have been better if it would have adjusted and make it as a, like something like this would have looked better. What do you guys think?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is not looking that pretty. So designing, now it's up to you. I am not a creative person at all. I am very bad with designing. You can see I had to make 2-3 templates before I could decide what I want to tell you today. So I'm very poor at designing. Hopefully you're better than me. So something like this would have been better. But what I wanted to do over here is put the KPIs, not the charts, but put the main our KPI cards that we don't have in Tableau. So we could create some placeholders where we are dropping certain values. Like for example, if I wanted to drop total sales. So all I have to do is drop the sales, put it as a table. I'm going to get rid of this title over here. Right? Keep this and make it little, right click format. Let's increase the font size. Right? And then if I wanted to drop this in my dashboard, then I can go over here. This is again a sheet that got created. And whatever the sheet is, we can drop it like sheet 14 and we can drop it over here. Okay. So this is how we typically create our KPI cards.
Could you please repeat it, Ishani? KPI card.
For the KPI cards, basically what we do is we create sheets with single numbers. So whatever number you want to aggregate, drop that field over here, remove the title, right? And if we want to, let's say we want to format, give a shading in the back end over here also. So this worksheet is white in color, which is not looking very nice over there. So let's give a light color. Not good with the colors. Increase the font size. How do we increase the font size? Right click in format, and over here in the fields, you can go in the pane, work with the font. If you want to change the font, if you want to make it bold, whatever you want to do, you can pick it up from here. Okay, and once done, then you can go and drop it in your dashboard. Oh, come on. What happened? Why am I not able to go to the dashboard? Something like this. So all the things have to be little already thought about, like what will be the size. Now, this is a very tiny one that is showing up. So I'll have to increase the font also so that it looks nice in this area. Little bit thinking on the terms of design and colors. Why the colors? Bad. Something like this has to be done. Let me know if anybody needs help.
Ishani, how to change the color of the KPI card? The value color 8,19,811.
So this all you can do it from here in the sheet itself. Once you're formatting, right? When you go on the formatting part, this is all the formatting tools that we have. Like if you want to change the color of the sheet, you can go over here and change the color, right? And if you want to change the color of your value, so pick in the field, and in the font, you can change the font style, font size, the bold, and the colors.
A format, some cells.
You can pick it from the field. You will see some of sales.
Actually, I am sharing the screen.
All right. Right click on it, click on it, click on the number, right click, format. Now the whole panel has come up. Now click on the fields, go to the field, drop down sum of sales, select this. Correct. Now you are in the pane. We are going to be in the pane. Go to font, not at the axis. Pane, yes. Now you can increase the size of the font from here, make it bold, change the size, color.
Okay.
Okay. And if you want to put colors or the borders in the sheet, then click on the border part. On the top border, I'm saying the color part. On the top, you see A alignment, and then the bucket, color bucket is there. Click there. No, the left one. The middle one. You're skipping just one. Yes. Click here, shading part. So in the worksheet, it's showing as white, right? Click on the drop down. And if you want to change the colors, you can change from here. Again, we will try to that better thing would have been to blend, to pick a color of the KPI card that you've created, the box that you created, and that you know how to do it so that it merges with it. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys. Any other help you need? So this is the designing part. All right, I would like to end the session here. I'm a little sorry. My daughter has to be picked up from the school. So I have to go get her, come back for another set of training. So if it's okay, I'm going to wrap up the session about 7 minutes ahead of time.
Sure, Ishani.
No problem, Ishani.
All right.